The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. The legend lives here.
Clark underneath, scoop shot up, it's good, the basket will count. How did she do that?
Kind of good to get back in my groove a little bit.
Rebound Dowling, Ellie Muller, pass to Tritton, to Zedeker, back to Katie Muller for three, up good.
This is Maroon Nation.
Pull up jumper, good. Dowling takes the lead.
They're battle tested. One of the things that makes Dowling special is everything we do is hard all day. These guys are always challenged.
His shot at the horn, no good, and Dowling has won it. Dowling has won it.
Dowling Catholic High School basketball is on the air. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Iowa Wealth Management, and Bosun the Florist. Welcome to the Maroon Pregame Show. Here's Mark Amadeo.
And a very pleasant good evening. Welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym. Friday night high school girls and boys basketball in the Central Iowa Metro League. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadeo, and we're starting a little bit early as the girls' game is going to get underway early. 6:10 tip-off for those folks that are hustling to the Dowling Catholic Gym from Ankeny and, of course, Dowling. And Mike, we're going to start early. Of course, we're going to have between games senior night. The Dowling girls and boys teams will recognize their seniors and their parents. So it's a good idea to start a little early, and so we are tonight. Welcome, Mike Burkert.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, it's a great night for the programs, both boys and girls, with honoring the seniors, both the players and the managers, and I think they do the cheerleaders maybe in that group too. Yep. So it's a nice opportunity for people to recognize the efforts that the kids put together.
Certainly is. And this girls contest, Ankeny and Dowling, the second time these two teams have played in about a month. They played back on Friday, January 2nd at the Ankeny Gym. It was a girls-only contest as the Dowling boys were in Carroll for the Carroll tournament during that time. So game 2 tonight will be the first meeting between Dowling and Ankeny on the boys' side. But girls' side, it was won by Ankeny 64-57 in a series that Dowling leads going back to 2006. They lead the series 20-14. The Maroons have won 7 in a row in girls play and 10 out of the last 11. So this has been a series dominated by Dowling, but it's getting closer as, last year were some one-sided games. The Maroons winning by 20 points or more both games, but it was a 7-point Dowling win a month ago. And this Ankeny team is good. They come in with a record of 12-5. They're ranked right behind Dowling at ranked number 4. The Maroons are number 3 in Class 5A at a very pivotal game in the seeding that's going on. And Wednesday they'll be announcing the pairings for Classes 4A and 5A. So that amps it up a little bit. So if you have any games between now and Wednesday, the girls' union will be kind of ranking and seeding everybody, but the rankings is what they go by. So another matter to kind of unfold tonight, Mike.
That's true. Right now it's Johnson 1, Waukee Northwest 2, Dowling 3, and Ankeny 4. So this is a big game. Dowling had a little stumble against Johnson the other night. That would probably keep them at the number 3 spot, but upcoming, we were talking before. I looked it up. Ankeny, after they play tonight, they play Urbandale, then they play Waukee Northwest, and then Johnston.
Ouch.
Yeah. And even Johnston's got Valley tonight, which is ranked. Then Ankeny Centennial, which is ranked. Then they have number 1 Maquoketa in, I think, class maybe 2A. And then play Ankeny and then Iowa City West. So they play all ranked teams kind of coming down the stretch here. So, and for Dowling, after this game, they have Southeast Polk and then Waukee Northwest coming up. So this is an important game for both teams as they, want to gear up towards getting a higher seeding.
No question about it. And you mentioned the Ankeny Urbandale game. That game's going to be played tomorrow at noon at the Casey Center in front of the Iowa Wolves NBA G League game. So that's part of that. That's part of that. They bring in a couple of high school teams. I think the Wolves They might play that night. Matter of fact, hockey's gone this week, so the Iowa Wild are on the road. So, yeah, it's the NBA G League team, and they always bring one or two teams in there to play. And tomorrow it's Ankeny and Urbandale at noon at the Casey Center, formerly Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines.
I had to remember this is Friday, so tomorrow's Saturday. So I was thinking 12 o'clock. They got out of school for that game, but
yeah.
not so fast.
That's right. Let's take a look at some of the other games. As you mentioned, Johnson Dragons, they've won 69 in a row. They're on the road at Valley tonight in a girl-boy doubleheader. These all get underway at 6:15. Ankeny at Dowling. That game is going to start early, so you fans that are here arriving at the Dowling Gym, we're going to tip off at 6:10 tonight, a little bit earlier than the scheduled 6:15. Other games tonight, Ankeny Centennial at Waukee and Urbandale at Southeast Polk. Again, all these are girl-boy doubleheaders. Waukee Northwest has the night off on the girls and boys side. In the Iowa Alliance Conference, Des Moines East at Ames. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Mason City at Lincoln, Des Moines North at Fort Dodge, Waterloo East at Hoover, and Ottumwa at Marshalltown with Roosevelt having the night off on the girls and boys side. And finally, little Hawkeye Conference, Indianola at Dallas Center Grimes, Pella at Pella Christian, the Battle of Pella tonight, Oskaloosa at Newton, and Norwalk has the night off. And those are all girl-boy contest doubleheaders. And the little Hawkeye Conference, they start at 6 o'clock, so they'll be tipping off here shortly. But Mike, as we look at Dowling and Ankeny the second time around, the second time these two teams met, you know, it was an interesting game, kind of a game of runs as we talked about in the pregame a little bit before we got on the air. Dowling won that 64-57, but it was one big quarter. The Maroons had a great second quarter, outscoring Ankeny by 13 points. Everything else was either even or Ankeny won the quarter. So that just tells you how much Ankeny has closed the gap, and that's why they're the fourth-ranked team in Class 5A.
Ankeny is one of those teams that when they're on, they can play with anybody. We looked at from the first game, they hit 11 out of 18 from the three-point range. That's sort of atypical of them if you look at their season stats, but you come out and hit 11 out of 18 threes, you're going to stay in the ball game. And, you know, it's going to depend on, you know, Dowling's going to have to make sure that they play their game. I think that was also a game that, if you remember right, Ellie Muller only had 6 points, and Katie had 29. So, I mean, that's been kind of flipped lately for Dowling because Ellie's been the one that's been, you know, the high scorer in the last few games. And if I remember correctly, Ankeny really double-teamed her inside and wouldn't let her get the ball. And Dowling had to rely on outside shooting in that second quarter to kind of stretch it out. Then after that, it was just kind of back and forth.
Yeah, and, you know, a lot of things were even, but that was one of the few games that the Dowling girls had fewer turnovers than the opponent. And both teams played very well. Dowling had 6 turnovers, Ankeny 7 in that matchup, and Dowling won the rebounding battle by 5. But free throws were pretty even, but it just took that one quarter, and I expect a close game tonight. You've got to figure they're going to be physical with Ellie Muller in the paint. Why wouldn't you be? You saw what Johnston did, and that seems to work. Make others beat you, and that seems to be maybe the formula for maybe upsetting Dowling, and that's certainly what Ankeny has set out to do. And Nate Tobey in his third year has done a great job of coaching this Ankeny girls team, and they've collectively they got an experienced group. They have 5 seniors and 3 juniors, along with 5 sophomores and some freshmen. But those 8 upperclassmen have really made the difference. They're experienced. And
they've won 4 of their last 5 games, and included in that are wins against, you know, Valley, you know, and Waukee, Clear Lake, which was out of the conference. They lost to Dallas Center Grimes, but they beat Southeast Polk pretty well. So they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. And again, we talked about the fact that the first time Dowling played, it was not a 30-point game or 20-point game. It was in the fourth quarter. It was still kind of in doubt. And so I think they're going to come in feeling that they can play with the top 3 teams.
All right, we're going to take a break here in our pregame show. We're starting early tonight. 6:10 is what we've been told tip-off will be, right around there. So alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale, and we are here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Central Iowa Metro League Conference doubleheader, Game 1. And our studio producer is Vinny Cataldo. We are not on TV tonight, no live stream, although I think we're synced with the Dowling guest huddle. So if you happen to bring that up, that's done through CISN. I believe they're doing that, but I I haven't checked it out. I haven't put it up on my phone, but we may be that way. So join us here on 105.5 FM. Game 1 coming up. We'll have the starting lineups and Mike's keys to the game. Dowling and Ankeny here at the Dowling Gym coming up along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, the loving God would not really send someone to hell forever, would he? My father died last week. Oh well, he's in heaven now. Why should we pray for dead people? Learn how the Eastern Catholic Churches respond to these common questions and beliefs. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym as we get set for girls and boys basketball, Central Iowa Metro League Conference basketball here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, 105.5 FM here in the greater Des Moines area alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Emmerdale. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. It is senior night, and the seniors for the Dowling girls and boys basketball teams we recognize between games. And it's good to see Mr. Brian Hobbs in the house tonight. Some good stuff cooking in the concession stands here at Dowling. Of course, Mike, we can place our order, but we'll never get it. That's kind of how I figured it out.
No, they'll never find us, even though we've been in the same spot for quite a while.
Quite a while. All right, let's take a look at the starters as the teams now are leaving the floor. We're going to start early, as you may have heard, here at the Dowling Gym tonight. Going to start about 6:10 is what they're trying to do. The Ankeny Hawkettes, the head coach in his third year is Nate Toby. He's assisted by our good friend Gary Birdwell, Cody Canny now, and Chava Aguirre round out the coaching staff, Peyton Fay and Jackson Smith in the JV2 levels. And the Hawkettes come in with a record of 12-5, fourth ranked in Class 5A. They're averaging 57 points on offense, giving up 50 points on defense. And they will start this lineup at one guard, Kyla Schappfeld, 5'8 senior. She'll wear number 4. Their point guard is Jayla Williams. Jayla is a 5'9 senior. She'll wear number 22. Headed to the University of Creighton to be with Ava Zediker next year, former Dowling prep from last year. Williams is our leading scorer, averaging 22 points a contest. Leads the team in steals and blocks, 65 steals and 20 blocks. So that'll be a matchup we watch. The third guard is Ainsley Keene. Keene, a 5'9 senior, wearing number 23, leading rebounder and assist player for the team, averaging just under 8 rebounds and 3.5 assists, headed to Midland College in Nebraska next year. And at one forward, Ali Aguirre, a 6-foot freshman, averaging 11 points, 4 rebounds. Aguirre wore number 30. And at center, Reagan Baldwin, 5'11 senior, leads the team with 36 made threes. She'll wear number 31, and she's headed to Waldorf College next year to play college basketball. So the Schottfeld, Williams, Keene, Aguirre, and Baldwin, the 5 that start for head coach Nate Toby. Off the bench, we'll see number 3, Jenna Hallbrook, 5'7 junior, and Allison Hawkins, a 5'7 senior, off the bench for the Hawkettes. And now for Dowling Catholic, the Maroons come in ranked 3rd in Class 5A. Their head coach is Kristen Myers. In her 10th year at Dowling, 182 wins, 61 losses, 16 years overall. And she's assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber-Francis. And JV1 coach is Tom Donahue and Lisa Morrissey-Smith, and Jonathan Vanderraa and Logan Griner, the JV2 coaches. Dowling's record is 15-3. And the Maroons come in averaging just under 60 points on offense and give up just under 40 points on defense. They will start at point guard Katie Moeller, a captain, 6'2 junior, leading scorer, averaging 17 points, and she will wear number 11. The other guard is her sister, youngest sister, Nikki Moeller, 5'11 freshman, averaging 6 points. She'll wear number 21. And the third Moeller sister is Ellie Moeller, one of two seniors on this Dowling team, averaging 17.5 points, 12 rebounds is Ellie, a 6'3 senior, wearing number 23 and captain. And finally, Maddie Rice, a senior guard and captain, a 5'8 senior, averaging 6 points. Rounding out the lineup is Adrian Sears, a 5'10 freshman for Dowling, averaging 7 points, 4.5 rebounds. She wore number 31. So all three Moeller sisters, Katie, Nikki, and Ellie, along with Maddie Rice and Adrian Sears, in the starting lineup again tonight. Olivia Meredith off the bench, 5'9 junior, and Molly Alston, a 5'8 sophomore, off the bench, and Tess Carmichael, a 5'7 sophomore, expected off the bench. So that's the tale of the tape, Mike. As these two teams get set to tip off, what's your keys to the contest as we just about get ready to start?
I think, as Mark, we alluded to earlier, Dowling needs to defend the three. Ankeny was 11 for 18 from the three-point range in the first game. Dowling needs to rebound the basketball. They need to limit Ankeny to one shot. Dowling has a significant height advantage in this game with Ellie Moeller, and they need to get the rebounds and not letting them get second shots. They need to defend Jayla Williams. She's probably the best athlete in the CIML.
No question.
She can score inside and out, so you've got to make sure that you know where she's at. She'll attack the basket, and she'll also step out and shoot the three, so you've got to really guard her. They need to be patient on offense. Every game we talk about limiting turnovers, but when you play games, when you're talking about two teams in the top 4 in the state, possessions are really important. You can't give those away. And then they need to recognize who's open. If they're going to double down on Ellie, they need to look for the open person, and those people need to be able to hit that shot. And as we talked about, this is a game is key for both teams as we look for the seeding in that 2, 3, 4 seeding area. So it's important for both teams to come out, play well, and to try to win the game.
Well, it's funny, they had Julie Nahas, now Julie Moeller, one of the moms, and Maddie Rice's mom, Michelle Rice, out there in our pregame. So that was interesting with the warming up. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with the tip-off, Dowling and Ankeny. But first, a word from Father Reed Flood, our pregame prayer, and Dr. Dan Ryan, a word from Dowling Catholic High School, alongside Mike Burkert. I'm Mark Hamadale, back with the tip-off after these messages on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The Adoration Sodality of the Poor Clares of Perpetual Adoration at the Shrine of the Most Blessed Sacrament in Hanceville, Alabama, is a prayer group for laity, priests, and religious brothers and sisters to spiritually join in the nuns' mission of adoring our Lord Jesus Christ in the Holy Eucharist. Members commit themselves to an hour of Eucharistic adoration on a monthly, weekly, or daily basis at a monstrance or tabernacle at the parish of their choice. Learn more about becoming a member at iadorethee.com.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
It's the Catholic Morning Show with Bo Bonner, Matt Wilkham, Aiden Pugh, and Alexia Baker.
This is Aiden from the Catholic Morning Show. Coming up Monday, Matt Paolelli from Real Life Catholic challenges us to put down the phone and pick up the conversation with Christ this Lent. Drew Krogert and Peyton Jameson serve up a Serva Fidem update. Plus, we'll get you up to speed on all the news, weather, sports, and saint info to help kick off your week the right way.
The Catholic Morning Show, weekdays at 7, only on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting people to Christ.
All right, we are back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Starting a little bit early as we got high school basketball tonight, girls and boys basketball. Dowling hosting the Ankeny Hawkettes. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. And thanks to Vidding Catala, who is our studio producer tonight. We'll have game 1 and 2 tonight. Our officials, Chad Shellmeyer, Jeff Osborne, and Dante Terry. We welcome them, and they'll be around for both games tonight. So, Mike, as you mentioned, the keys to the game, we'll just see how it all starts off. Dowling has done a great job getting the opening tip for most of the year. I think they're at a 99% clip. And I can't speak for some of the games that we didn't see. We didn't miss out on too many. Two in Minnesota, 2 in Missouri, and I think 1 in Nebraska. So we missed 5 games, but they've won the tip most every time.
I think so. I think if I was a betting man, I'd bet on it.
Ellie Muller wins the tip in the backcourt and run away. Dowling going right to left in their home white uniforms at the south basket here. Maroon numbers and letters. And the Hawkettes in their, that neutral gray uniform, if you will, on the road. And here's Sears with it as Ankeny Hawkettes open up man-to-man, and immediately they have a three-pointer. Katie Muller top the key. It's no good. And a rebound out to Jayla Williams. She goes all the way down, draws the foul. Foul be on Katie Muller as the Hawkettes attack the rim on the first play of the game, and Katie with her first foul.
Yeah, it looks like the initial matchup is the 2 leading scorers. Katie is guarding Jayla, and Jayla is guarding Katie, so we'll see how that goes.
And Williams' first free throw, no good. We mentioned Jayla Williams headed to Creighton next year. She had numerous offers: Marquette, Kansas State, Iowa State, Colorado, Michigan. Lost track of them all. Second free throw is good. It's 1-0 Ankeny over Dowling here in this girls contest. Dowling in the front court. Sears running the point right now. Adrian stops the free throw line. She's guarded by Shatveld. Pass in the corner is tipped out of bounds off of Williams. Dowling going with the 3 Muller sisters, Katie, Ellie, and Nikki, along with Maddie Rice and Adrian Sears. Shatveld, Williams, Keene, Aguirre, and Baldwin, the 5 on the floor for Ankeny. Now here's Katie Muller coming off a ball screen by her sister, guarded by Williams. It's to Maddie Rice. They run a little dribble weave. 1-0 Ankeny. We played a minute. Now here's Sears with it. 10 on the shot clock. Adrian underneath. Over in the corner to Katie Muller for 3. Good. Corner 3 by Katie Muller. That is her team leading 51st 3 of the year, Mike Burkert. And it's 3-1 Dowling.
Yeah, that was a nice drive down baseline and a pass in the corner to Katie for the 3-point shot.
Really tough for teams to help off the ball. And if you get off of, if you're helping someone else and Katie's wide open, she's more likely going to drain it. Now here's a shot down the lane. No good with the left hand by Williams. Left it short. Rebound Dowling. And now Katie Muller in transition. Pull-up jumper, a 3-pointer good. Right in front of Coach Toby and the Ankeny bench. 6-1 Dowling. Wins by 5. Katie Muller with both baskets, both 3-pointers. 6:10 to go. First quarter. With the basketball is Aguirre. She goes down the right side. Good-looking freshman for Ankeny at 6 feet. Her dad's on the coaching staff, too, and she can play. And now Aguirre in the corner for 3. Good. Allie Aguirre with her 25th made 3. And it's 6-4, Dowling by 2.
Yeah, she's a post player, so she steps out. That's going to pull away Ellie Muller from the basket.
Dowling with the ball, Ellie Muller, who's guarded by Reagan Baldwin. She'll launch the 3. It's in and out, no good. And the rebound is Aguirre. And get used to that name as her older brother, Rio, will be playing in the boys contest coming up on Iowa Catholic Radio in Game 2. Here's Shatveld with it for Ankeny. Kyla on the dribble. Gets it to Williams. Jayla coming off the screen. Top of the key for 3. It's no good. And Nikki Muller runs it down. 6-4 Dowling. Now in transition. Rice lobs it inside to Muller. Layup up too strong. No good. Good defense that time on the help side by Aguirre. And a rebound out to Ankeny. Now corner 3 by the Hawkettes. And that's Keene for 3. And it's good. Ainsley with her 33rd made 3. And the Hawkettes take the lead, 7-6 over Dowling.
Hit 2 of the first 3 3-point shots.
It's been a game of runs, Mike, thus far. Here's a corner 3, good by Katie Muller. She has all 9 of her points from that one spot. It's 9-7 or thereby. And it's been a game of runs Dowling had a nice little run, and Ankeny has answered. Hawkettes in the front court. Here's a Geary for three right in front of us. No good. Rebound, Katie Moeller and Dowling. And kind of shocked with the pass to Maddie Rice. Maddie hangs on to it. Skip pass over to Sears. Catch and shoot for three. And they're going to give her two on the line. And a timeout, Ankeny. So Adrian Sears with her first basket, someone other than Katie Moeller. And Dowling leading 9-7, 30-second timeout. With 4:14 to go here in the first quarter from the Dowling Catholic Gym. Game one of our girl-boy doubleheader. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Iowa Wealth Management, and Bozen the Florist. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Hamadale, Vinny Cataldo, our studio producer on a Friday night. And Mike, what do you like so far? We've had can we say a game of runs? That was in part of your keys to the game, as both teams have runs last time, and kind of seeing that here in the first quarter.
Yeah, both teams are starting out shooting the three very well. Dowling is 3 out of 5, and Ankeny's 2 out of 4. So that's a pretty good percentage when you're going to start. Nobody's really taking it inside except to kick it out to the corner for a three-point shot.
Ellie Muller had a shot inside, and she, I think, shot a little too quick. And there was, always contact in there. But
yeah, and Sears was a three-point shot that she was just
right
on the line.
All right, Ankeny with the ball after the timeouts. 11-7 our score. Dowling with the lead by 4. Now Baldwin for three left wing, no good, and a loose ball foul on the Hawks. And they are going to get Aguirre with a loose ball foul of Ankeny. So that'll be the first team foul on the Hawks. And one on Dowling with 4 minutes to play. Halfway through the first quarter. Dowling up 11-7. Now here's a long three by Katie Moeller, no good from the top of the key, and the rebound, Ankeny. And now here's Aguirre underneath. Her shot is blocked by Ellie Moeller. Weak side help. Ankeny gets the rebound, though. Here's Williams in the lane. Kicks it out to Aguirre for three. It's off the back iron, no good. A rebound, Dowling. Hawks got 2 looks at it there, Mike, and couldn't hit it, and both of them by Aguirre. Now here is Maddie Rice in the baseline to Nikki Moeller for three in the corner. Hits the side of the backboard, no good. Ball slapped around. Sears comes away with it, and she's fouled by Baldwin. And that'll be Reagan's first foul for Ankeny. Reagan Baldwin, one of the 3 captains with Ainsley Keene and Jayla Williams, all seniors, picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 on the Hawkettes. Be out of bounds. Dowling underneath. Rice will throw it in. Aguirre will sit down. She's replaced in the lineup. And down at the Sears. Now stolen away on the baseline by Williams. So Ankeny with the steal and running all the way down court. Coast to coast. Layup good. Jayla Williams with her 3rd point of the night.
That was a really athletic move. She took it down and just kind of exploded into the lane and got the shot up.
11-9 Dowling. Here's Tess Carmichael in the lineup. She gets underneath to Moeller. Her shot up and good. The basket will count and a foul on Ankeny. And that's a strong move by Ellie Moeller going through the contact that time. Foul will be on Allison Hawkins, who just checked in for the Hawks. Hawkins, a 5'7" senior, with the foul.
Yeah, that was a nice drive and got the kick into Ellie and took it hard to the basket.
Moeller completes the 3-point play, so Ellie with 3 points. 14-9 is our score. Dowling by 5, matching their largest lead. Ankeny in the front court. Hawkins with it. 5'7" senior, one of 5 on this club. And now shot filled for 3. It's no good. Ball saved from going out of bounds, and they do a great job knocking it off, saving the ball off of Katie Moeller did Ainsley Keene. So it'll be Ankeny basketball with 15 on the shot clock.
That's one of those that is kind of an air ball, and everybody took off except the 2 people underneath the basket. And the Ankeny girl was able to bounce it off Katie Moeller.
Yeah, that's why the shot clock didn't reset. It was an air ball. 10 on the shot clock. Hawkins, Baldwin with it between the circles. Good defense by Maddie Rice. Now they get it to Keene. They swing it around. Left side to Hawkins. They try to get it inside to Williams. It's stolen away by Tess Carmichael and Dowling. Here's Nikki Moeller with it. Underneath to her sister. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Well, saved from going out of bounds by Nikki Moeller. To her sister Ellie. Underneath, layup no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back up, and The shot is no good, but drew the foul. So 2 shots at the basket by Dowling. Foul on Ainsley Keene of Ankeny, and that'll be her first. And free throws coming, Mike, for Ellie Muller.
Yeah, she missed the first shot, although I think she might have gotten fouled on the first one. Got the ball back and put it up again.
Ellie hits the first of 2 free throws. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Fast Signs in Clive, the Construction Professionals, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Both free throws good. Ellie Muller now with 5 points. And it's 16-9, Dowling leading Ankeny. Maroon's largest lead is right now at 7. Aguirre back into the Hawkette lineup. Here's Aguirre with it, left wing, 3-point line extended, dribbles down, guarded by Ellie Muller. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Ellie Muller. I like how the young freshman Aguirre is challenging Ellie, not letting size be a factor. Now here's Katie Muller with it to Maddie Rice, dribbles baseline, kicks it out to Carmichael. In the corner to Nikki Muller for 3, good! Nikki Muller with a corner 3, her 27th made 3 of the season, and she had 3 on Tuesday night in Dowling's Dowling's game against Johnston.
That was a nice offensive play that time, finding the open person.
Steal by Ellie Muller and the pass by Ankeny. Here's Katie for 3 right in front of the Ankeny bench. It's no good. Nikki Muller with the offensive rebound. Ball slapped around, and stepping on the baseline is Katie Muller. So turnover against Dowling as the Maroons will bring in Adrian Sears back in the lineup. And for the first time tonight, we're going to see Olivia Meredith, 5'9" junior, checking into the Dowling lineup as Ellie Muller and Maddie Rice, the 2 seniors, have a seat on the bench on senior night.
It's an important possession right now for Ankeny. They're down 10 and need to get a basket here and get a couple of stops in the quarter to get back into this.
Hawkettes pass the ball on the perimeter. Here's Shatville between the circles, guarded by Olivia Meredith. Shatville works the left side, gets it to Aguirre. Alley with it. Now finds a cutter, and that is Hawkins. She won't shoot it, kicks it back out to Keene. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williams with it, guarded by Carmichael. Williams down the lane, puts up a shot, it's no good. And that's a shot clock violation as the ball hit the backboard but not the rim. And officials get control of that as Ankeny got the rebound. Good job by Dante Terry, waving that off, stopping the clock. Dowling possession here, Mike.
It's after Coach Meyer pointed that out to him that didn't hit the rim. She about ran on the floor and told him.
Dowling with the ball. Final 20 seconds of the first quarter, and a whistle and a foul on Ankeny as Carmichael was fouled by Hawkins, and that'll be Allison Hawkins off the bench for Ankeny, now with 2 fouls. And that'll be the 15th foul, and it'll be free throws coming for Tess Carmichael on a 2-shot. As it's foul number 5 on Ankeny here in the first quarter. First free throw no good by Tess. Hasn't been to the free throw line much this year. 1 for 2 at the line, and this is the first. And we got a little offense-defense coming in. 15.5 seconds remaining. Dowling leading by 10. And Hawkettes bring in Reagan Baldwin, their leading 3-point shooter, back in. Headed to Waldorf College next year. And the second free throw by Carmichael, good. Dowling 4 or 5 at the free throw line in the first quarter. And now they inbound the ball. Maroons lead it 20-9. 11-point lead for Dowling. Ankeny with it. Here is Jayla Williams, a Creighton recruit. Dribbles left. Turnaround jump shot on the baseline. No good. Ellie Muller with the rebound. 4 seconds remaining. Pressure in the backcourt. Katie Muller, half-court shot at the horn is no good. And we have come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Catholic Gym in West Des Moines. Our score, Dowling Catholic 20 and the Ankeny Hawkettes 9. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. We'll return with the second quarter in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. How many times have you heard the complaint that church is boring, that we just do the same things over and over again? Well, the problem is not that church is boring, it's that we are bored. We are the problem. And not just with church, but with everything else. We have lost our childlike sense of wonder. G.K. Chesterton says the children have abounding vitality, and yet they want things repeated and unchanged. They always say, "Do it again," and the grown-up person does it until he's nearly dead. For grown-up people are not strong enough to exult in monotony, but perhaps God is strong enough to exult in monotony. It's possible that God says every morning, "Do it again" to the sun, and every evening, "Do it again" to the moon. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School Gym in West Des Moines. Second quarter in this Class 5A girls matchup in the Central Iowa Metro League. Dowling 20, Ankeny 9. Rematch the game that was played last month on Friday, January 2nd. Dowling winning at Ankeny 64-57. So this is the rematch. Ankeny comes in ranked 4th. Dowling 3rd ranked in Class 5A. And underneath, a Geary shot for left hand, no good. Might have been slightly altered by Ellie Moeller. Rebound comes out to Dowling. Katie Moeller almost lost it at half court. Good defense that time by Jayla Williams of Ankeny. Underneath to Ellie Moeller, and a little Euro step shot up and good with the little baby hook by Ellie, and she has her second field goal of the night and 7 points there, Mike.
Kind of looked like a little mini Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there with that hook.
Yes, it did. 22-9 Dowling, wins by 13. Ankeny with the basketball. Geary left one-on-one, dribbles baseline against, and she travels with the basketball, dribbled against Ellie Moeller. I like how she's not afraid to attack the basket. And on that turnover, let's take a look at our first quarter numbers here, Mike.
Sure. First quarter, Dowling overall was 6 out of 13 from the field, 46%. They were 4 of 9 from the three-point range, which is 44%. 4 of 5 from the free throws. They had 9 total rebounds, 2 offensive, 7 defensive rebounds, and just 2 turnovers.
There's Ellie Moeller underneath, and her shot up and good. She turned and spun right on Reagan Baldwin for the basket, her 9th point. Go ahead, Mike.
And Ankeny was 3 out of 13 in the first quarter from the field overall, 23%, 2 of 8 from the two-point range, 25%. They had 1 of 2 free throws. They had 6 rebounds, and they had 3 turnovers.
All right, 24-9, Dowling.
Let's go!
Runs by 15. And Ankeny with the ball, 10 on the shot clock, and getting loose in the lane, Jayla Williams shoots and scores. That is her second field goal of the night. And here's a shot in the lane. It's no good. Rebound coming out to Ankeny. 24-11. Dowling with the lead. 6 minutes remaining. Now reaching foul as Williams goes to the basket. And they're going to wave the basket off, and a foul on Dowling. It'll be on.
I think it was on Adrian Sears, I believe.
It was on Sears. Okay, we don't have our points and foul board up tonight, so we'll give it to Sears. I'll take that. And now here's a steal by Dowling, an uncontested layup good by Maddie Rice. That's her first 2 points, and a 30-second timeout called by head coach Nate Toby of Ankeny. So with 5:52 remaining, second quarter, 26-11, Dowling leads by 15. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. I want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, been with us all year round. They include Iowa Wealth Management, Bozen the Florist, Ashford Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. And a week from tonight is Friday the 13th, but the next day is Valentine's Day, and I have Bozen on my speed dial. And I don't know about you, but I have a wife and daughter that just love Valentine's Day, and I'm guilty of that, I guess. So
yeah,
here we go.
I do the balloon thing for my daughter. I've done it ever since she's been little. So even when she was at Iowa State, I would drive up there and get her the balloons. So she looks forward to it even now.
Well, guys, start getting arrangements. We're a week away from Valentine's Day. Now here's a Geary for 3. It's up and no good. As she kind of sized up the moment. Rebound Dowling. Now a foul in the back. What do we got here? Got a foul in the backcourt. Going to be a loose ball foul on Dowling.
On Maddie Rice.
So Maddie picks up the first foul. I'll tell you what, nice job that time by Jayla Williams. After Dowling got control of the rebound, Jayla went after the outlet pass, deflected it, and caused the foul. Foul was on Dowling, and now we got a whistle and a pushing foul on Tess Carmichael. So Tess's first foul. That's the third team foul on Dowling, and we've got 5.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. So the Maroons going to be in the penalty here.
Opposite of the first quarter, where Dowling, Ankeny had the 5 fouls fairly early, and Dowling has just 1.
Dowling by 15, 26-11 over Ankeny. 5.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Williams spins in the lane, puts up a shot left hand, good. Well defended by Sears, but Williams got it to go, and she has 9 points. 26-13 Dowling. There's Muller with it. That's Katie. Dribbles baseline to Tess Carmichael. Picks up her dribble. Leaves it for Sears and gives it to her. Layup good with the left hand. Adrian Sears, the freshman, with her 4th point. 28-13 Maroons.
They're giving Dowling the baseline, and Dowling is taking it, but also getting some nice passes to open people.
And now here is Williams spinning on the baseline. Her shot up and good. Foul on Dowling will be on Carmichael, and that'll be Dowling's 4th team foul here in the second quarter. Her second. And free throws coming for Jayla Williams, as she'll have an and 1 here. She has 9 points tonight. Make it up. Free throw no good. She's 1 for 3 at the line. Rebound Dowling. Maroons lead it 28-15. Nikki Muller on the baseline. Double team. And now she tries a reverse pass. Stolen away by Jayla Williams. Williams all the way down. Kicks it over in the corner. This is Chatfield for 3. It's no good. Rebound Nikki Muller. Dowling with the ball. Here's Katie Muller. Maroons in the front court. They go right to left. In front of us. 28-15 Dowling. 4.5 minutes to go. Katie down the lane. Finds her sister Ellie. This double team. Turns, spins. Her shot up. No good. And a fight for the rebound. And Baldwin comes away with it. And now Keene has it for Ankeny. They lob it inside. Stolen away by Nikki Muller. They tried to get it into Chatfield, who was posted up on the left block. Didn't do it. Nikki brings in the front court. Gets to Maddie Rice. Ankeny overplaying some of the passing lanes. Rice underneath. Her shot no good. Good defense that time by Hawkins, who's in there for the Hawkettes. And the rebound out to Ankeny. Here is Hawkins for 3. Top of the key. It's no good. Rebound Muller. This is Katie Muller with it. 28-15 Dowling. Back and forth, Mike. Lid on the basket here the last couple possessions.
It's true.
Here's Maddie Rice with it over to Nikki Muller for 3. It's no good. And the rebound, Chatfield.
Dowling's had 4 consecutive possessions and Ankeny 3 that they've not scored.
Lid on the basket for both teams. 3:20 remaining in the first half. At halftime, we'll catch up with Dowling boys basketball coach Justin Einertson. A belated happy birthday to him. We celebrated that earlier this week, and now we got a jump ball call. Good hustle that time by Nikki Muller, forcing the tie-up and a jump ball and a timeout Dowling. And this will be a 30-second timeout called by Dowling with 3:11 to go here in the second quarter. 28-15, Dowling over Ankeny. Mike, and as you mentioned, it's been a game of runs. Now it's been a game of, missed shots, because lid on basket the last 4 or 5 attempts for each team.
Yeah, we've had each team has missed, I think. Ankeny's missed 4 shots, had 1 turnover. Dowling's missed 3 shots and had 2 turnovers. So the latest possessions have not resulted in points for them. Both teams look a little disjointed offensively. I think that's why Coach Myers just called her 30-second timeout, because the last couple possessions they did not look really like they were progressing towards the basket, let's put it that way.
Dowling girls have 2 seniors they'll recognize between games tonight when we have our senior night ceremonies, and as the boys will join them. Ellie Muller and Madison Rice are the 2 seniors. Manager Ava Gredicke and Tessa Pothoff, the 2 managers for the Dowling girls, and the 2 players to be recognized between games. All right, Dowling out of the timeout. Sears underneath, puts up a shot up and off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Meredith, and gets it out. A three-pointer by Molly Austin's no good, but Austin gets the rebound. The Maroons keep the possession alive and a brand new shot clock with 2:50 remaining. Here's Katie Muller to her sister Nikki. Won't shoot the 3. Gets it underneath to Meredith. Out to Austin for three, and she traveled with the basketball before she made the shot.
She made the shot.
The bunny hop before the shot.
From our angle, I didn't see it, but I'm watching people standing down the corner hopping around down there.
The old bunny hop. Yeah, Molly Austin. I think her dad, Adam, would have taught her better, you know? I don't know what's going on
She
there.
was wide open. That was the thing. She was like, oh, my gosh, I got to shoot this.
That's good. And out of the timeout, Ankeny with the basketball. Now a bad pass stolen away by Katie Muller. Dowling with a 3-on-3 fast break. Katie will wait for her teammates. Maroons without really a post presence. And now Nikki Muller for three in the corner. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Dowling. Nikki swiped it away from Aguirre. Now to Katie for three. It's no good. Nikki Muller, offensive rebound. Now to Sears. To Katie Muller. 28-15, Dowling. 2 minutes to play, and we've been on that score for a while, at least 2 minutes.
At least.
Here's Katie Muller over to Sears. Ellie Muller's on the bench, as is Maddie Rice for Dowling. Here's Sears. Crossover dribble, goes down. And collision underneath. They get underneath Olivia Meredith. Layup up and good as hitting the deck was Ainsley Keene. And I think she's all right. We'll see.
Lost her shoe there. Took her right out of her shoe.
Sometimes we'll do that. That is Emerson Hutchins who we're referring to. And she'll come out of the lineup. Being replaced by Kyla Shatveld. Minute 38 remaining. First half. 30-15. Dowling has doubled up the score on Ankeny. Dowling has equaled its largest lead of 15 points. So Dowling now trying to get on the same page defensively as Maddie Rice checks back in the lineup for Sears. And now a long three. Good by Reagan Baldwin. She is that sharpshooter, that post player that can knock it down, and that is her team-leading 37th made three of the year. It's 30-18 Dowling. Minute 15 to play in the first half. They lob it underneath to Ellie Muller, and he threw it away. Sister Nikki didn't give enough air under the ball. And be a turnover against Dowling. Now Williams dribbles in the front court for the Hawkettes. Gets it out to Shatveld for three. Top of the key, no good. Rebound Ellie Muller. Outlet pass to her sister Nikki. Under a minute to play, first half. Here's Katie with it underneath to her sister Ellie, and a whistle and a loose ball foul, or a foul rather, on Baldwin. That'll be her second. As Olivia Meredith and Adrian Sears check in, and checking out Molly Austin and Nikki Muller from the Dowling lineup as Rice throws it in to Meredith. Over to Sears, coming off a ball screen by Ellie Muller, swings it over. Three-pointer by Maddie Rice, too strong, no good. Rebound to Geary. Holly with it. Dribbles all the way down, cut off by Maddie Rice. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Substitution now for Ankeny. Ainsley Keene will check in, replacing Allison Hawkins. 36 seconds remaining. And Ankeny throws the ball in, deflected by Meredith, but right into the hands of Shatveld. About a 7-second differential, shot clock versus game clock. 25 seconds remaining in the first half, 15 on the shot clock. There's Baldwin with it. Bounce pass to Aguirre. Underneath her, shot blocked by Katie Muller, and she'll pick up the foul. And on Katie, that'll be her second, and free throws coming for Aguirre. 15 seconds remaining. Ali Aguirre, the 6-foot freshman, 78% free throw shooter, leads the team in free throw percentage. First one up and no good. Yeah, the announcers jinx, I get it. Even the opposing coach gives me that stare, Mike Burker, just like, yeah, I jinxed her.
Yeah, you did.
Second free throw, no good. Well, I jinxed her twice. Apologies to the Aguirre family, who Coach Einertson, who gave me that stink eye. We'll be seeing the brother, real Aguirre, in game 2. 5 seconds remaining. Here's Sears for three, right side up and no good. Maddie Rice with the rebound puts it up, and we've come to the end of the first half. They'll wave it off as Muller puts it in. But our halftime score, Dowling 30, and the Ankeny Hawkettes 18. Alongside Mike Burkert, I am Mark Amadale. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back with our halftime guest, head coach Justin Einertson, the Dowling boys. As right now in game 1 at halftime, third-ranked Dowling girls leading fourth-ranked Ankeny 30-18. We'll return in 1 minute here at the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, a loving God would not really send someone to hell forever, would he? My father died last week. Oh well, he's in heaven now. Why should we pray for dead people? Learn how the Eastern Catholic Churches respond to these common questions and beliefs. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
The Diocese of Sioux City and the Mars All Saints Parish invite you to the March 21st Men's Conference with keynote speaker Dr. Ray Arendi and Bishop John Keener. Register today at scdiocese.org/men's conference.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School Gym, West Des Moines. Friday night, first Friday in February, alongside Justin Einertson joined us here at halftime, and Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale, and Coach Einertson, a belated happy birthday to you. I know you celebrated big time this week. You had practice, you had school, then practice, and ice cream.
Well,
wow, you can't beat
that's
that.
about as good as it gets at this age.
Good.
And that's great. I was happy. Maddox pulled a fast one and mentioned it on the morning announcements. So big shout out to the Dowling community for bending over backwards to let me know that I needed to have a happy birthday. That was pretty cool.
It was, and many, many more, Coach. That's awesome. I'm sure you and your lovely wife Britt went out and celebrated to the nines. And don't forget, Valentine's Day follows your birthday a week from tomorrow.
Honestly, just with the basketball life, I don't think we've ever celebrated Valentine's Day, ever.
Because of
there's
your occupation?
There's two things you really don't ever get to celebrate. And I'm coming from college, so maybe I just kind of put it out of my mind completely. But Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day just don't happen.
Well, there's always hope. There's always hope.
As long as everybody agrees to that, you're good.
Yeah, and I got one that's she's the assistant AD at Grandview, so nobody gets it better than she does.
Okay.
All right, Coach, you take on Ankeny for the first time. I look back at last year, and it's like you guys split, both winning on each other's home floor when you faced the Hawks last year. And head coach Brant Carlson, Ankeny won here 63-48, and Dowling winning up there 66-43. I know the teams kind of trade off, but he's got 3 starters back from a year ago, and another Aguirre. Not this one, we just saw the freshman. A
they
little
just
sister,
keep coming.
But Rio is a senior, and he's headed to Sioux Falls to play Division II basketball next year, and he leads this team. Deshaunee Campbell, I remember him, and Drew Sorensen. I think there's the other 2 starters. But talk about the matchup with Ankeny for the first time this year, because you're going to play him on the regular season final up there later on.
Yeah, I feel like a broken record. This is tough. I mean, they return a lot of experience, a lot of scoring. Rio's about as good as you get as far as a scoring guard. He's also able to pass, which would be a little bit easier on us if he wasn't such a good passer, to be honest, because then you could just key in on him. But his ability to get others involved is really special as well. They also have a 7-foot big, so it creates a problem that we really haven't faced this year, and that's bigger than ours. So we got to get him moving a little bit. But we're looking forward to the challenge. We just keep saying it's nice to be able to continually practice these sub-state final games on nights like tonight, where we know that we're going to play a team of high quality like this, and why not see where you're at and see what you need to improve.
No question about it. It'll be one of the rare nights where Charlie Crane is looking up at someone.
Doesn't happen much.
With the 7'1" Max Allison, leads the team in rebounds, but he's going to be he can alter some shots if he wants to, and I'm sure you've got enough film on that. But that's always an interesting matchup when you got 2 bigs going at it. Charlie at 6'10" and the Allison kid at 7'1".
Yeah, and they play really hard too. So he adds a lot to their defense because their guards require so much attention. He actually rolls into open space a lot. So it's a tricky matchup. for sure. And we've spent quite a bit of time this week playing on Monday, getting ready for this one. And I think our coaching staff's done a great job to give us the best shot.
Well, we shall see. And, of course, Coach, as we talked about earlier, it's senior night, and you've got quite a few of them. The girls have 2 players. I think you have 9. Is that right, 9 or 10?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you got to count the banners.
Well, the interesting one was Leo. So Leo hasn't dressed all year, but he's a senior, so I think that makes 9. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Leo Pagano was there in Cedar Rapids when he blew out his ACL in football. That's tough. But what a tremendous leader. And I'm sure he's been like an extension of your coaching staff, and that's what guys you want around.
Great teammate. Guys love him. So we're really happy that he decided to stick around.
You mentioned, they're all special. You've been doing this, 7 years of Lincoln, here Dowling 3. Senior nights, they become memorable. But this is a group that when you started here 3 years ago, this group was, just coming out of their freshman year, and they met you.
Yeah, actually, the first meeting with them was pretty memorable. Guys like Noah, you don't really forget. And Maddox, those 2 were in our varsity workouts right off the bat. I actually started varsity workouts here before I left Lincoln. I told them I was coming, but I still had school going on there, so that was kind of interesting. But Maddox came up, introduced himself, was really impressed by him right off the bat. And then I think it was the next day I went into a sophomore workout, and I'm like, man, nobody knows about these guys. Like, this is a really talented group. You guys like 6'5", Charlie Crane running around.
That's right. At the time,
Gio looked really smooth. I'm like, man. And then I heard they played on the B team. I'm like, oh, this is nice, because you got some guys that are really hungry to prove that they're varsity players at some point. And, man, the work that all these guys put in to get here is pretty awesome. And obviously we've been through a lot together. These guys all went through the wars now year 2 together. So, yeah, it's a day where you're trying to avoid being emotional, and you're trying to turn all that emotion into positive, aggressive emotion so we can get out there and get a win tonight.
We visit with Justin Einertson, Dowling boys basketball coach, here at halftime of the girls game. Dowling girls lead Ankeny 30-18 at halftime. Mike Burkert, you got a question for the head coach at Dowling in his 3rd year and his 3rd senior night.
Coach, you coached for a lot of years. Do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions that you follow?
No, but my favorite saying is, I'm not superstitious, I'm just a little stitious. But no, I'm actually not superstitious at all. Prayer is a big one for me. It's something I try to get our guys to invest in as well. So visualization and prayer. It's funny what you visualize as a coach, because you're putting yourself in bad situations that you have to work out of. As players, we tell them to just focus on the positives all the time. So it's a little bit different, but the chapel here is really great on game days. I try to get a walk in. It's hard to work out with our schedule, but try to throw one of those in just to make sure that I'm clear-headed as can be. But prayer is a big one. I would suggest, any athlete or coach should implement that into their pregame, because it helps settle you going into games. Now, when I was getting technicals all the time at Lincoln, I wasn't praying a whole lot. I feel like that's correlated.
Well, you're praying for forgiveness.
Amen. I'm every day.
I'm not touching that. That's awesome. Well, Coach, it's emotional tonight. You're going to change your starting lineup just a little bit as Alfred Coley, who's a junior, and hopefully he'll return next year. You see all the stuff that's going on, and you never know where kids are going to end up. But Alfred's going to sit down tonight and turn his starting job over to Gio Keelis.
Yeah, and he was happy to do it. It tells you a lot about Alfred.
Absolutely.
Gio is a starter. He deserves to be a starter. He's done everything to be a starter. We just only have 5, and we got 6 legit ones, so it becomes a really tough thing. So tonight should be special. Get him out there, and we haven't gone 4 guards in a while, so we had to change a little bit of the game plan offensively to start. But I'm excited to get this group out there.
I bet you are. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming by, and we look forward to speaking to you after the game. Round 1 with Ankeny, we see him twice in a matter of 2 weeks because of the schedule. Well, that's because you guys went to Carroll. You didn't play him on January 2nd like the girls did, so that's why you're going to see him twice in 2 weeks.
Well, we're only worried about this one tonight.
That's right.
Know.
and Mark will get to be courtside two times this year. That's always fun.
That's that I've been doing this a long time, over 40 years, and never have we had to go back to a place. But this time it's unusual because the girls played up there, and now the boys are going to play up there. So going twice to Ankeny.
We're just trying to make your job a little bit harder. That's one of our goals every day.
I appreciate that, and everybody that supports that, I appreciate that.
There's a lot.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Coach Einertson joining me here at halftime as we take a break. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back with the start of the second half of this girls contest, Class 5A top four teams. It's third-ranked Dowling leading fourth-ranked Ankeny 30-18 at halftime. Mike Burke and I will return to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Do you believe in the importance of Catholic education? Do you owe Iowa income tax this year? Consider a gift to the Catholic Tuition Organization to help worthy students attend Catholic schools in the diocese and receive an Iowa tax credit of 75% of your donation. If you give $1,000 to CTO, you'll receive a tax credit of $750. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for programming provided by Iowa Wealth Management, a fee-only investment advisory firm helping clients grow and protect their wealth, offering personalized investment strategies as well as financial and estate planning. Learn more at iowawealth.com, committed to creating peace and purpose in your finances.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines, Iowa, as we get set for the second half alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale. Ankeny has the ball to start the second half, and on their first possession, they had it for a while and they threw it away, so a turnover to start things off. Dowling 30, Ankeny 18. And Mike, I know you got the first half stats, so I'll let you interject that here when we get a moment. As Dowling with their first offensive set. Here is Maddie Rice with it. Dowling with their 5 starters in there. They get inside Katie Muller. Her shot up and good. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, the first half, Dowling was overall 11 out of 29 from the field, 38%. They were 4 of 15 from the three-point range, 27%, but they were 0 for 6 in the second quarter. 4 of 5 free throws. They had 20 rebounds, 7 offensive, 13 defensive rebounds with 6 turnovers.
Ankeny with the ball, 15 on the shot clock. Get over to Aguirre, corner 3 from the left side, no good. Rebound Dowling. And Nikki Muller. Outlet pass goes to Maddie Rice. Back to Nikki Muller for 3, too strong, no good. A rebound Jayla Williams and Ankeny. Williams will take it all the way down. Kicks it out over in the corner to Aguirre for 3, and it's no good. And a rebound slapped out of the hands of Maddie Rice into the hands of Jayla Williams. So the Hawkettes keep the ball alive on that possession. And inside, Williams' shot partially blocked by Nikki Muller in the hands and rebounded by Ellie Muller. 32-18 Dowling. Here's Katie Muller coming off a ball screen in the lane, nearly lost it. Tries to lob it inside to Ellie Muller. It's underthrown and tipped away to Keene. Ainsley with it, gets it over to Baldwin. Reagan on the skip pass over to Shatveld. Now to Aguirre, right corner. 3-point line, a whistle, and a foul off the ball. And a foul will be on Nikki Muller, her first.
Yeah, in the first half, Ankeny was 7 out of 22 overall, 32%. They were 3 of 13 from the three-point range. They had 8 rebounds and 8 turnovers.
32-18 Dowling, 5.5 minutes remaining. Here's a long 3 by Keene, it's no good, and Nikki Muller with the rebound. Dowling led 20-9 at the end of the first quarter and outscored the Hawkettes 10-9 in the second quarter for a 12-point lead at halftime. Dowling with the ball here. Here's Sears. In the corner it goes to Nikki Muller for 3. It's no good. Aguirre comes away with the rebound. As the Dowling lead is 14. Their largest lead tonight has been 15 for the Maroons. That was back late in the first half. Here's Baldwin with it, dribbles into the lane, puts her head down, and we got an offensive foul. Reagan was well defended and got frustrated there and committed the offensive foul, lowered her shoulder and picked up her third foul with just under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Ankeny has a couple of post girls that they're not real tall, but they look strong, and they aren't afraid to put a body on somebody inside, both offensively and defensively. And that's caused Dowling a little bit of problem inside.
Substitution for the Maroons as Molly Austin checks in, and checking out will be Nikki Muller. Molly, a 5'8 sophomore in the rotation here in this game. Here's Sears with it. Right wing, three-point line extended, guarded by Shatville. They try to lob it into Ellie Muller, and it's thrown away. Williams retrieves it, and Jayla in the front court. Goes against Austin in the lane. Pull-up jumper up and good. Rolls to the rim. Jayla Williams with her 11th point. And it's 32-20, Dowling by 12.
We've got almost 4 minutes, and each team has scored 2 points.
Well, make it
now 4.
Katie Muller down the lane, left hand, shot good.
There's that reverse curse.
Katie with 13 points, and now there's a shot in the lane that's no good by Keene of Ankeny. Rebound comes out to Dowling. Katie Muller leading the way with 13 points for the Maroons. Ellie Muller with 9 points, all in the first half. Now here's Katie, pull-up jumper, good. 15 points for Katie Muller, timeout Ankeny. We'll keep it here with 3:51 to go here in the third quarter. 36-20, Dowling with its largest lead of 16 points. And we'll do that as we want to get the scoring in. Mike got the statistics in, I'll get the scoring in. We mentioned Katie Muller now with 15 points to lead the way for Dowling. Her sister Ellie with 9 points, all in the first half. Rounding out scoring for the Maroons, Adrian Sears with 4 points. 3 points for Nikki Muller, 2 points for Olivia Meredith off the bench. Maddie Rice with 2 points, and Tess Carmichael with 1 point. Dowling was 4 of 5 at the free throw line in the first half. For Ankeny, their leading scorer is Jayla Williams with 11 points for the Creighton recruit. And she's followed in scoring by Ainsley King, Allie Aguirre, and Reagan Baldwin with 3 points each. The Hawkettes 1 for 5 at the free throw line. And tonight's game, the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Fast Signs in Clive, and Construction Professionals. And Mike Burkert, timeout by Ankeny as things started to slip away, and the Maroons had their largest lead. So a good time out there by head coach Nate Tobey.
Yeah, you need to try to stop a run here. Dowling had come down, and Katie Muller starting to heat up a little bit. She had 2 consecutive baskets there. So a timeout. They're going to probably run a specific set right now. Looks like they are overloading the left side. So
specifically for Jayla Williams?
I want to think so.
I don't know. Ellie Muller strips the ball away from Geary, and now we've got a tie-up on the floor. And a jump ball called, and it'll be Dowling basketball. Good hustle that time by Ellie Muller. She got in the passing lane and stripped the ball away from the freshman, Allie Aguirre, and it'll be Dowling basketball versus a turnover on a held ball.
That's true.
All right, Molly Austin stays in the contest. Now here is Katie Muller, pull-up jumper, no good from 15 feet. And Williams with the rebound. Jayla in the front court for Ankeny. Goes against Katie Muller. And a whistle and a foul. I'm going to call it on one of the Muller sisters. It'll be on Katie, her third. As Williams split the difference between Ellie and Katie got the reach-in foul. Now she's got to be careful. With 3:21 remaining, third quarter, Dowling leading by 16. And free throws coming for Williams. First one up and good. Jayla has 12 points tonight, and she is 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Second free throw on the way. It's no good. Rebound Ellie Muller and Dowling. Maroons get the ball down court to Nikki Muller, not to Sears. Bounce underneath, right blocked. Ellie Muller double team, back out to her sister Nikki for 3, good! Three-pointer right in front of the Dowling bench for Nikki Muller. Her second 3 of the night, her 28th of the year. And the Maroons have opened up an 18-point lead, 39-21 over Ankeny.
Yeah, that was a big three-pointer. Dowling had missed 9 consecutive three-point shots before Nikki knocked that one down.
You got to like how the ball went inside and then back out.
Yes.
Now, long 3 up and good. Ainsley King with her second 3 of the night and her 34th of the year. 39-24, Dowling by 15. With 2:40 left to go here in the third quarter against Ankeny. Now Dowling the other way. Nikki Muller, corner 3, good. Same spot, same shot. She has 6 of her 9 points in the last 30 seconds, and it's 42-24 Dowling over Ankeny.
This is the Mullers that scored every point in this. They're outscoring them 12 to sixer in this quarter.
Well, what's working, it's inside, outside, and now Ankeny does a little bit of the same. Jayla Williams inside shoots and scores as she posted up Tess Carmichael. Williams with her 14th point, 42-26 Dowling. 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Don't forget it's senior night, and we'll have senior night activities and recognition between games during our post-game show. And here's Ellie Muller for three. It's no good. Williams with the rebound. Pass goes underneath to Keene. Layup is no good. And the rebound, Ellie Muller. Outlet pass to Katie. Dowling wants to run. Katie, pull-up jumper for three. Good! Katie in transition. She has 18 points. That's her fourth three of the night. And Dowling leads it 45-26. Largest lead of the night for Dowling is 19 points with 1:20 remaining here in the third. Baldwin with it for Ankeny. In the corner to Keene. Dribbles baseline. Puts up a shot. Hits the underside of the rim. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and Katie Muller. To her sister Nikki. Corner three again. It's no good with the shot. Rebound Aguirre and a reach-in foul called on Sears. And that'll be Adrian's second.
She had that same spot again. This one didn't go in. It looked good from this angle. We have a good angle where we're sitting.
All right, on your possession chart, that there's no way my partner in game two will ever learn how to keep, but what's it been looking like here the last several possessions for Dowling and Ankeny?
Well, Dowling is, Nikki Muller hit 2 threes and Katie Muller hit another three. So 3 out of 5 last 5 possessions, they've knocked down threes, which has stretched out the lead again.
All right, Ankeny with the ball. Baldwin pass over to Williams. Dribbles in the lane, now kicks it off in the corner to Katie Stoll, who just checked in and gets it out to Baldwin for three. Good. Little inside, outside, and Baldwin with her second three of the night. She's got 6 points. Her team leading 38th made three of the season, 45-29 Dowling, 35 seconds remaining. Here in the third quarter, yes, we started early tonight, so we're going to have our senior night activities right after this game. And now underneath, Ellie Muller, her shot up and good as she posted up Reagan Baldwin, and that is Ellie's first basket of the second half. She has 11 points.
Yeah, actually the last 5 possessions for each team, both teams scored 9 points. Now they're playing even right now.
Now underneath in the lane, Jayla Williams shoots and scores. That's 16 points for her, 47-31. Sears the other way. It's just been an offensive onslaught. And Adrian Sears scores as we end the third quarter of play with the score. Dowling Catholic 49, Ankeny 31 in this girls Class 5A Central Iowa Metro League conference game from the Dowling Catholic Gym on senior night. We'll return with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
KIHS, Perry, KDVM, Mason City, KCSL, Spencer.
The radio home for your Dowling Catholic Maroons. 105.5 KIHS, Perry, Des Moines. IowaCatholicRadio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio mobile app. Encounter Jesus.
Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines. About set for the fourth quarter in this top 4 Class 5A girls contest. Fourth-ranked Ankeny trailing third-ranked Dowling 49-31. We start the fourth quarter alongside Mike Burkert. I am Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Dowling girls outscoring Ankeny 19-13 in that third quarter. Down the lane as Ankeny with the first possession. And a shot off the glass too strong, no good by Jayla Williams. Rebound Dowling. And now the Maroons the other way. A corner three up and no good by Maddie Rice. We'll get the statistics through 3 quarters when we get a moment. Here is Aguirre. Ollie dribbling baseline for Ankeny. Kicks the ball out to Hawkins. Allison Hawkins getting the fourth quarter start. Now the entry pass from Keene. Threw it away, tried to post up Aguirre. Go ahead, Mike.
Dowling for the third quarter was 8 out of 13 from the field, which is 62%. They were 307 from the three-point range, 43%. They were 5 out of 6 from the two-point range. They had 7 rebounds, all defensive. They only had 2 turnovers in that quarter. I'll get to Ankeny's here in a second.
There's Carmichael for 3 on Dowling's possession. It's no good, and Williams with the rebound. Goes down coast to coast, kicks it over in the corner for 3 by Hawkins. It's no good. And we got a whistle, and what's going on with whistle and a foul on Maddie Rice, her second, says Chad Shellmeyer. And
I think he caught her after the shot on a block out.
That's what happened. So it was a closeout, and it'll be Ankeny possession. They'll get a brand new shot clock, and they'll throw it in underneath their own basket. Will Keene gets to Hawkins. Now to Aguirre. Aguirre down the lane. Her shot with the left hand too strong. Right over Ellie Moeller. Rebound Dowling and Katie Moeller. 49-31 Maroons. 6:45 to go fourth quarter. Ellie Moeller triple teamed. And looked like she wanted to shoot, and she kicked the ball out and drew the foul on Aguirre, and that'll be her second.
Yeah, Ankeny for the third quarter overall, they were 5 out of 12 from the field, which was 42%. They were 2 of 5 from three-point range, 1 of 2 free throws. They had 6 total rebounds. They had 3 turnovers. So, like you said, Dowling outscored them 19-13 in that quarter to kind of create a little space there.
Ellie Moeller double teamed in the lane, but she turned and spun on the post, and the layup was up and good from the right block. Ellie Moeller with her 13th point tonight, her second field goal of the second half. And now Ankeny the other way. And they go down, and shooting and scoring, they're going to count the bucket. Foul's going to be on Tess Carmichael, her third. And a nice move by Jayla Williams, who now has 18 points with an and one attempt here.
She, like we talked about before, she's a really smooth, athletic player, and she creates a lot of mismatches when she takes the basketball.
And the traditional three-point play is complete. 19 points now for Williams. 51-34 Dowling. Wins by 17 with 6:20 to go. And I would say, we talked about in the pregame, Jayla Williams might be one of the best athletes in the conference playing basketball. The exception might be Jenica Lewis over there at Johnston, but tremendous athletes, to both of them.
A couple of real good ones right there.
Jenica headed to Notre Dame, and Jayla Williams headed to Creighton next year to be teammates with Ava Zedeker, who played here at Dowling a year ago. Now Williams now kicks it back out the Baldwin, three-point line extended to Williams. Coming off a ball screen, step back three, up off the back iron, no good. The rebound, Ainsley Keene, and Ankeny keeps the possession alive, and a brand new shot clock, and now a blocking foul on Olivia Meredith. That'll be her first foul.
Yeah, I kind of looked around to see if Coach Flannery was here from Creighton. He knows how to find this place, we know.
Yeah, we know that. That's right.
As we've seen a couple times.
Well, it started with the young lady sitting in front of us with Audrey Faber.
Actually, before. Allie Thrall.
Allie Thrall, that's right. We go back. You're right, Mike. Thrall, Faber, Zedeker, and now Jayla Williams for Ankeny. Now Williams in the lane, out in the inbounds pass, misses the shot for the left hand, no good. Rebound Dowling, Katie Moeller in the lane, pull-up jumper up, good. The basket will count, and a foul on Ankeny. And they're going to whistle it on Kyla Shatfield, her first, and an and one attempt for Katie Moeller, who has 20 points on the night. And a chance for an and one here.
Shoot the ball.
And the free throw good. 21 points for Katie Moeller. 54-34, Dowling by 20. Moons with their largest lead of the night with 5:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Play starting to fill up on senior night. Now we've got an illegal screen on Jayla Williams. And Williams will pick up her first foul. And Nate Tobey did not like that call, the head coach at Ankeny, and let Mr. Shellmeyer know that, but it's all over with. Now the other way we go with Dowling with the ball off the turnover.
And he mentioned it to the referee as he went by too, just to make sure.
Ellie Muller gets in the corner to Sears, a head fake and a shot off the glass good. She went right around Jayla Williams, who thought she was going to shoot the three, and nice move by Adrian Sears, who has 8 points. 56-34, Dowling by 22. Now we got a whistle and a foul underneath on Adrian Sears, her third foul. A substitution for Ankeny. Ali Aguirre will check in. Checking out will be Ainsley Keene. So Shotbell will throw the ball in. Gets it to Williams. Jayla coming off the ball, screened by Aguirre. Pull-up jumper, three-pointer no good. Rebound Ellie Muller and Aguirre in a jump ball. And possession arrow favors Dowling with 4:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Maroons up by 22. Remaining games left for Dowling next week. They will host Southeast Polk and number 2 Waukee Northwest next Tuesday and Friday to end their regular season. This is the girls' side. Ankeny girls, they played noon tomorrow at Wells Fargo Casey Center in downtown Des Moines in front of the Iowa Wolves game, as Urbandale and Ankeny will play at noon downtown. And next week they finish off with Waukee Northwest and Johnston Tuesday and Friday. Number 2 and number 1 next week. Whistle and a foul on Dowling. They'll wave off the shot. Fouls on Nikki Muller, her second. Out of bounds. Or the free throws coming for Aguirre here, Mike. Aguirre with 3 points tonight, 0 for 2 at the free throw line, and she'll get 2 chances here. First one no good, and she's a leading free throw shooter on the team.
And she's a freshman, right?
Yep.
She's gonna be a good player for them.
Ali Aguirre, 6-foot freshman. Her dad sits on the bench there with Coach Toby. Helps coach the JV1 team. Second free throw good. She got 1 tonight, 1 for 4 at the line. Aguirre with 4 points. 56-35 Dowling as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Reminder, senior night activities will start right after this contest between the girls and boys game. Now the Muller, Katie Muller gets the ball inside to her sister coming through the lane and goes right off her leg out of bounds. It'll be Ankeny basketball. In the front court is Williams. She dribbles the left side. Coming off a ball screen by Baldwin. Spins in the lane, puts a shot, too strong, no good. Rebound Ellie Muller. And the foul will be on Williams. So Jayla picks up her second foul. Normally we have the scoreboard going with the individual points and fouls.
I know.
And the pressure's on me tonight to get that right.
It looks strange to look up and that's not there.
Well, we got an empty chair there. Jay Rickey is not here tonight. He usually mans that. And so Todd Crandall and Ted Power doing yeoman's work on the bench, keeping the shot clock and scoreboard going. And the ever steady Mr. Kevin Oddie, the official scorekeeper tonight, wearing the striped shirt right in front of us. And now here's Maddie Rice down the lane. Her shot up and no good over Aguirre. Rebound Ankeny and Williams. Now gets the Baldwin in transition. Her shot in and out no good. Rebound Sears and Dowling. Adrian with it. Gets in the front court with 3:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. I'm just trying to run some offense. Sears underneath, layup good. She went between 2 defenders and scored. Nice move by Adrian Sears. Like to see more out of that. She has 10 points tonight.
Yeah, once she gets a bit of steam going there, she's tough to stop.
Now the other way, Ankeny with the basket.
With Williams.
Okay, so Jayla Williams now with 21 points. That's her 5th point of the fourth quarter. Dowling loses the ball on the baseline. Turnover against the Maroons. Tessa Carmichael will check in. And Nikki Muller will check out for Dowling. Williams will check out of the Ankeny lineup, as will Kyla Schatfeld. And in the Ankeny lineup, Emerson Hutchins, 6'1" freshman, wearing number 25 in the lineup. Get the ball inside to Aguirre, guarded by Sears, and Sears commits the foul. And Aguirre.
She's going to be.
It will be at the line. It's a 15 foul on Dowling. Go ahead.
It's going to be tough to handle in the future because she's.
Absolutely.
She is very athletic, and she's got good size, and she seems to know how to play the game.
Gary hits the first of 2 free throws. 15 foul on Dowling, 4 on Ankeny. And that was foul number 4 on Adrian Sears. Those are going to start clearing their bench.
I think the only thing Dowling would be a little not happy. That didn't sound very good. They've got 12 turnovers in this game, so they still kind of, it'd be nice to get those under 10 on a consistent basis.
Emma Worley checking in for Ankeny, number 2, 5'7" junior. Chatfield stays in. Here's Sears for Dowling. Also in there, Callie Stoll, a 5'5" sophomore wearing number 11. Now a jump ball is called, and possession will favor Ankeny. Olivia Meredith in the lineup.
There's
for Dowling.
13th over. Oops.
As Katie Muller and Adrian Sears check out. Checking in, Kate Clendenin and Emerson Flattery. Saw them play when I was here for Coach Donahue's JV1 team.
That's right.
Ankeny with the ball. With it is Hawkins. Allison with it. Pass goes right side to Hutchins. And a little dribble weave to Callie Stahl. Now to Emma Worley. Worley looking inside. 13 on the shot clock. Out to Hutchins. Ball nearly stolen away by Dowling. Good hustle that time by Molly Austin. With 6 on the shot clock, will be Ankeny possession.
This kind of looks like the JV1 game right now. Same people are in.
We should probably call Donahue here and help us.
Right, he's the one that, like you said, he lit a fire underneath him in the first game.
That was classic Tom Donahue coaching. Now down the lane, and a shot up and no good by Ankeny. A foul on Dowling. That'll be on Kate Clendenin. And at the free throw line for Ankeny will be Callie Stoll, who's 1 for 3 at the line this year. So the JV1 game I get here gets set up, and Dowling girls 2 consecutive shot clock violations while on offense.
That never happened.
And I've never ever seen
with that group.
Of course, Coach Donahue didn't call timeout. He just kind of told them the place was kind of quiet. Second free throw good. Callie Stahl makes both for the 5'5" sophomore for Ankeny. 58-42 Dowling. Minute 40 to play to continue the story. He says, you know, that's the second shot clock violation. I know you're not happy. One of those Tom Donahue-isms. The Maroons proceeded to run 10 straight points off. They led, it was 2-0 Ankeny at the time. They led 10-2 and never looked back.
And probably within 35 seconds.
It kind of was. All right, Dowling with the ball. Austin for 3 in the corner, no good. Ball slapped around, and good job by Ankeny. Jenna Hallbrook on the floor picks it up. Outlet pass goes to Stoll. Now she gets in the front court to Worley. They try to lob it inside, and they do. This is Hutchin battling Austin. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, Molly Austin. 5'8" sophomore into the Dowling lineup. Final minute. Maroons lead it by 16, 58-42. Dowling passes underneath, and it went off of Ankeny player, Aubrey Moeller. And another wholesale substitution for Ankeny and head coach Nate Tobey. Try to get these young ladies recognized. Briley Bach, 5'9" sophomore, wearing number 10 in there. Also Peyton Peterman, a 5'9" freshman, wearing number 21. And now here is Austin in the lane. Pull-up jumper good. Molly Austin with her first 2 points of the night. 60-42 Dowling with 30 seconds to play. There's Peterman with it. Dribbles baseline. Kicks it out. Corner 3 by Madison Peebles for 3, good. Her first 3 of the year, and you can hear the fans celebrate that with 20 seconds to play. Dowling with the ball, Flattery with it to Carmichael, dribbles baseline. Gets it out to Clendenin. Now skip pass over in the corner for 3 by Flattery, and it's stuck. And Mike Burker's going to have to get up there and jump and go get it.
I would, if I could take the headphones off and get around there in time. But it looks like somebody's going to get out there in front of me.
Oh, no. We're going to get the University of Iowa Hall of Fame, University of Northern Iowa Hall of Famer in track. And, he fakes like he hurt his hamstring. Jared Herring saves everybody the embarrassment and leaps up and grabs it. All right, a corner up and good at the horn. And that is Kate Clendenin. 63-45. The final as the Dowling girls, ranked third in Class 5A, defeat Ankeny 63-45. That's the final on the three-point shot by Kate Clendenin at the horn. Dowling girls improved their record to 16-3. Ankeny falls to 12-6. Up next for Ankeny, they take on Urbandale tomorrow at noon at the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines ahead of the Iowa Wolves game. For Dowling, Maroons play two remaining girls games beginning next week, Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday night against Southeast Polk, and a week from tonight against second-ranked Waukee Northwest. We'll take a 2-minute break and return with our post-game show. We'll also be involved with the festivities on senior night here at Dowling as they recognize both the Dowling girls and boys basketball teams. We'll do that in 2 minutes. Final score in game one, Dowling 63, Ankeny 45. We'll return in 2 minutes on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. CTOIowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Programming supported in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951 with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, online at skeffingtons.com. Thank you, Skeffington's Formal Wear, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Building a relationship with a primary care doctor is one of the easiest ways to stay healthy. Schedule your annual checkup with a Mercy One doctor so you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
From Albia to Arnold's Park and everywhere at iowacatholicradio.com or the Iowa Catholic Radio app. Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting people to Christ.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym, West Des Moines. Final score in game one, Dowling girls defeating Ankeny 63-45 as the Maroons sweep the conference season against Ankeny. Maroons winning 64-57 back on January 2nd and winning tonight 63-45 as we total up our scoring. And Jimmy Cataldo is going to join us as we've got senior night, and the Dowling boys are being recognized first as Mike and I totaled up. But Jimmy Cataldo, welcome. And I brought you in here between games. You know, it's not because you needed more time on the pregame show of the boys contest. It's to talk about the seniors on senior night. And you know a few of these guys. They already went through this in football, and they have to go through it again. I didn't realize how that works.
Sure, I focus more on the parents than I do the kids, because it wasn't too long being in those shoes, and it's such a bittersweet feeling walking across and recognizing your son, because you're excited that they've made it this far, but you're sad to see it getting close to the end. But so interesting about all these Dowling senior boys is how many years they put into this program and how much sacrifice and everything they put into it. 3-4 years, most of them. Big senior class of boys. And you look at a handful of them aren't getting a ton of minutes, but they're sticking it out. And it means something about this program means something to them, a little bit more than being on the court. And a lot of it's the guys that they've grown up with, the senior class. So excited for all of them.
And as a coach, and Jimmy, you've done this, you have seniors in every sport that may not get a lot of playing time, but they know their role. Their role might be a leader in practice. Their role might be a leader in the scout team. Their role might be they are a team captain. Everybody has different roles, and the one thing you know about this group, they all know what their role is.
And the one thing is that they don't get recognized enough. And the Jimmy Baumhovers of the world, the Drew DeRochers, Gio was just mentioned, but we talked about Jacob Wynn, who's graduating this year, and he's a senior. But these guys are what makes practice work. And you really can't have a successful team and the development of a successful team without some of these guys who haven't seen a lot of time on the court, and they need to be recognized just as much as anybody else.
No question. We're talking about Jimmy Baumhover. These are Dowling's senior boys, and don't worry, we're going to recap the girls' game. So, but Maddox Coppola, Charlie Crane, Drew DeRocher, Nate Jenkins, Noah Martins, along with Jacob Wynn, Leo Pagano, and Gio Keelis. And Pagano's a special one because he got hurt over in Kennedy, blew out his ACL, but he's been a leader. He's been an extension of the coaching staff, as we heard from Coach Einerson. And Leo's just a tremendous, solid guy, and you had a chance to coach him in football too, Jimmy.
And the one thing I'm left with Leo is how he impacted the people around him. It's when he went down and got hurt, it was amazing on how many guys recognized what Leo meant to them as a player and their development, and seeing him go down, it was more importantly a hit on by the guys around him than was Leo.
Others that are being recognized, some of the senior managers, Dara Holmes, Kaylin Kolner, along with Alden Fahm and Mia Soluri, rounding out that group. So we've got 9 senior boys and then 4 senior managers, so that is quite the group that is being introduced. They're doing the boys first, so the girls just got done playing, so they're going to get a chance to get freshened up and whatnot. But it's just something to see some of these individuals. It's hard to believe they've been here. This is their senior year, Jimmy, as we all know.
You look at these senior class and Gio Keelis, Maddox Coppola, Charlie Crane, Noah Martins, and haven't talked much about Nate Jenkins, about what he's doing, but those first 4 guys are going to go on and play again in the second career in college. So just a well-developed group of seniors, and it's been a very, very special season to watch these guys in the road that they're making to hopefully Casey Center at the end of the year.
Yeah, Nate Jenkins and Maddox Coppola are captains, along with you got 2 of the captains right there, and Nate came over late. Nate was started out at Johnson freshman year, and he's been at Dowling the last 2.5 years, and he's just been a compliment, fits right in, and we've talked to him on our post-game shows and visited with him about his experience here at Dowling.
And Nate's really found his stride as being a heck of a nice shooter from the corner. We talk about his ability to shoot, but him, you talk about a transfer from Johnston, midway through his career, and to be elected as a captain his senior year really says a lot about Nate Jenkins, his character, and what he's all about.
All right.
Well, it says a lot for your program, too, when you have that many seniors on a team, because you need that leadership. And I remember how we talked back in the day, there used to be 7 or 8 girls that were seniors because they know the system, and they work really hard in practice. They're invested in the program, and they're not thinking about. They just want to be part of the program and be successful.
And they know their role on the team, whether it's a starter, as a captain, or as somebody, maybe a practice player that you need.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
All right, and we're trying to keep up because I know we're with the huddle, so we're trying to keep up the huddle. Ellie Muller being introduced right now with her parents, her dad Rick and her mom Julie, and of course her sisters Katie and Nikki, and she's been a 4-year starter for the Maroons, and she's headed off to Missouri next year. And the Dowling girls have 2 seniors, and the other one is Maddie Rice, Madison Rice as she's called, escorted by her mom Michelle and dad Justin, brother Nolan. They're out there right now as we do the live stream. She's undecided about college, but wants to go into biology and maybe to attend medical school. You know any of those? Because this is our pharmaceutical guy. You know a few suggestions you can give the Rice family?
Maybe you're giving my daughter a plug because you got to, but it's character, and there's something about the athletic program here and the way they they sacrifice for what they do each day, each morning, nights, and then the coaching staff that they have surrounded around these girls. Great gals. I'm watching these girls develop throughout the year. They're all going to be great citizens when they leave Dowling.
No question. Their managers are Tessa Pothoff and Ava Gredicke. And, of course, the Gredicke family. Jack was a tremendous player here. I think he was up in the shot. He led the team in block shots. Well, he goes over to Nebraska Wesleyan, and he's got the career record over there right now. And I think he graduated a year ago. And I think he's in the real estate field right now over there in the Omaha area. So Gredicke family, tremendous. And so I appreciate, Jimmy, you sitting in. We still got to complete our girls' post-game show.
Well, that's right.
They'll put time on the clock.
You gave me the call and said, hey, we're going to start early, and you threw my whole routine out of whack.
Routine?
So I got to get my bearings back. You know, I'm a creature of habit, Mark. When you say, hey, we're going to start about 20 minutes early,
I didn't say that. I just said we started early. That's all I said. We started early.
I'll let you finish up.
Well, you and Mr. Hobbs can go visit each other in the concession stand. He wants to talk to you anyway. So you go see Mr. Hobbs. And thanks for sitting in during senior night, Jimmy Cataldo. Now, Mike, we can get back to our post-game show following the Dowling girls' win tonight, 63-45 over Ankeny, as you've crunched the numbers, and here's our unofficial statistics, Mike, so go right ahead.
Yeah, for Dowling overall, shooting-wise, they were 25 out of 52, 48%. They were 8 of 26 from the three-point range, which is 31%, but very impressively from the two-point range, they were 17 out of 26, which is 65% from the field. I had them for 5 for 6 free throws, 83%. I had them for 30 out-rebounding Ankeny, 33-18, with 7 offensive and 26 defensive rebounds. Dowling had 13 turnovers, which matched Ankeny's 13 turnovers. Ankeny, on the other hand, was 15 out of 45 overall, 33%. They were 7 out of 22 from the three-point range. They were 8 out of 14 from the free throw line. Overall, I think Dowling played a nice game, consistent all the way through. They pretty much were in control of the entire game and showed that they are worthy of that top 3 ranking.
Absolutely. And of course, for the Maroons, they wind up next week with hosting Southeast Polk on Tuesday night and host number 2 Waukee Northwest Friday night. Those will all be girl-boy doubleheaders. All right, let's take a look at the scoring in tonight's contest. First of all, for the visitors from Ankeny and head coach Nate Toby, whose record falls to 12-6, and again ranked 4th in Class 5A. The Hawkettes were led by Jayla Williams. She had finished with 21 points tonight. She had 9 at halftime, finishing with 21. She was the only player in double figures for the Hawkettes. Rounding out scoring, Ainsley Keene with 6 points, Alia Geary with 6 points, and Reagan Baldwin all with 6 points. Another starter, Kyla Schatveld, did not score. Off the bench for Ankeny, Madison Peebles with 3 points, and Callie Stoll with 2 points. Allison Hawkins also played and did not score. So did Jenna Hallbrook off the bench and did not score. Ankeny unofficially 8 of 14 at the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons had 3 players in double figures, led by Katie Moeller with 21 points. And she was followed by her sister Ellie Moeller with 13 points. Adrian Sears with 10 points. Nikki Moeller with 9 points. Rounding out scoring for Dowling, Kate Clendenin with 3 points, Olivia Meredith with 2 points, 2 points for Molly Austin, 2 points for Maddie Rice, and 1 point for Tess Carmichael. Dowling unofficially 5 of 6 at the free throw line. Maroons led 30-18 at halftime and win it 63-45. Both teams played to a 14-14 fourth quarter, but the Maroons outscoring Ankeny 20-9 to start things off in the first quarter. Dowling outscoring Ankeny 10-9 in the second quarter and 19-13 in the third quarter. So a good start this time by the Maroons. Last time the two teams played, it was the third quarter that Dowling was all over Ankeny as they outscored them 19-7 in the second quarter in the last matchup. So the Maroons got off to a good start against a very fine and athletic team. And anytime you're playing a Jayla Williams team who's in her senior year, headed to Creighton for Ankeny, you can tell she's going to be a load, and so will her team. And the Maroons answered that call tonight.
Yeah, Dowling established themselves early, what they wanted to do. They were able to hit the three. They were able to get the transition, and defensively they were able to rebound the basketball, give Ankeny just one shot. They kept control of their turnovers for the most part, and played a nice game overall against a good team.
We certainly did. Well, Mike, we'll see you next week, Tuesday, Friday, to round out the regular season. Hard to believe on the girls' side that'll be over with. Dowling boys have another week left, but and we won't know anything Tuesday because the seedings and matchups won't be brought out. But we'll know next Friday who everybody's playing in the postseason in classes 4A and 5A. So we look forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to discuss when we have that Friday game to see who's going to match up against who and on the road down to Casey's.
The Casey Center, that's right. Got to get used to saying that. All right. Mike, have a great weekend. Thank you for all you do.
You bet. Thank you, Mark.
Mike Burkert, my broadcast partner in Game 1. We'll take a 1-minute break. Jimmy Cataldo's right behind us, and we'll talk pregame boys, Dowling and Ankeny coming up. Again, the final in Game 1. The Dowling girls a winner 63-45 over Ankeny. We'll return in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Can you imagine living a life without love, marriage, intimacy, sex, having children, or friendship? Of course not. I am Father Thomas Loya with a Theology of the Body moment for the Tabor Life Institute. Why do we desire these things so much? It is because God, who is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, is a union and communion of persons who united himself with us in what the Scripture describes as a mystical marriage, of fruitful self-giving. Scripture also says that we are made in God's image and likeness, so we too are called to become a union and communion of persons in fruitful self-giving. This is why we cannot imagine living without marriage, intimacy, sex, having children, and friendship. Pope John Paul II said in his Theology of the Body that these are the very things that make us most like God. To find out more about the Theology of the Body, visit taborlife.org. taborlife.org.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym in West Des Moines. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I am Mark Amadale as we get set for Game 2 of our girl-boy doubleheader, Dowling and Ankeny. Vinny Cataldo is our studio producer, and he has done a tremendous job. Your relative there.
What's he playing tonight?
Playing great music.
Nice.
I think some of them you might hear in certain bands in the area, maybe at a bowling alley or two. Tremendous music by Vinny. He is one of the top flight Cataldos that I know.
I've said it once. I've said it multiple times. He brings the culture to our heritage.
Well, he does a great job, despite who some of his relatives may be, and I can go into detail later if you'd like. That is your little packet for tonight. As the Dowling boys ranked 4th in Class 4A, taking on 10th ranked Ankeny. Brant Carlson's team make it into the top 10, and it's a big game in itself. You know, you're playing for seeding. The Maroons have Waukee Northwest a week from tonight. They also have Southeast Polk on Tuesday. So this is the first time these two teams have played, and it's late. Here we are in February, and we're going to see Ankeny twice. That was because the Dowling boys had to move their game. The Maroons were involved with that Catholic tournament early January in Carroll, and it was a girls-only contest, so they couldn't play. And now Dowling boys will play Ankeny twice, tonight and then in 2 weeks.
Well, you look at Ankeny, you try to break down what their season has looked like, because we have not seen them up until now. They're 8-6 on the season, but they're 6 losses to number 1 Cedar Falls, number 3 Waukee twice, number 2 Waukee Northwest, a very, very good Urbandale team, and Southeast Polk, which I think is probably their worst loss of the year. But those 6 losses to some really, really good competition. So it'll be very interesting to see how Ankeny's going to match up against Dowling. You got a prolific player in Rio Gary coming out in his 3rd year as an Ankeny starter. He's scoring close to 19 points a game against some really good competition. So Dowling can't look past this really good 8-6 Ankeny team.
Well, the two teams split last year, and Jimmy, it was interesting. They both won on each other's home court. Dowling winning at Ankeny the last time they met, 66-43, but Ankeny winning right here, 63-48. So there's a couple of CIML teams we've seen. Waukee's one of them. We've won on their court, and they've won on Dowling. So, but the two teams split last year. Ankeny's won 7 of the last 9 meetings, and they lead the series 16-15 if you back it up all the way to 2006. So this has been a great series. No matter who the head coaches have been several for both teams. But tonight, This is one of the few games that Charlie Crane is going to have to look up to the opposing center, who stands at 7'1", and that is Max Allison for Ankeny. 7'1" senior, and Charlie at a little bit below that, 6'10" senior and growing. So that'll be interesting for Charlie.
Well, I really haven't seen Max Allison yet in person, and I just happened to glance over to see which one he is, and he sticks out like a sore thumb. He's 7'1".
That's right.
He's a big kid. But it's not surprising that Ankeny is playing well on the road. They beat Dowling last year here at Dowling, and they're 4-2 on the year on the road. They play well on the road, and it's not a hard thing to do. You look over, and they have a heck of a student section that showed up tonight.
They did, yep.
And so they're going to be loud like normal, and there's just a lot of pride in Ankeny for their sports, both for Ankeny Centennial. It's a community amongst itself. They travel well, and they're here to support this Ankeny team as they take on Dowling on senior night.
The Ankeny Hawks, they come in with a record of 8-6, ranked 10th in Class 4A, as I mentioned, and Dowling ranked 4th in Class 4A. Their record is 14-2, as both teams played on a Tuesday night, and Ankeny beat Southeast Polk 54-53 on Tuesday night. And the Dowling boys involved in the battle here against Johnson, also winning by 1 point. So it's typical night in the CIML. The Maroons came away with a 64-63 win. But you can throw it out the window. You're getting better each week. Sometimes these are they feel like postseason games because you got the crowd, you got what's at stake. And these two teams are going to play one more time. But tonight it's about getting better and finishing the week off strong.
And if you're Dowling shoes, you're just continuing to try to build that resume as the postseason sub-state draws start coming out here in the next couple of weeks. You just want to keep pace with the teams that are ahead of you, the Cedar Falls, Waukee Northwest. Keep up that pace. Maybe you get a 4 seed. Maybe you get lucky and get into a 3 seed. But games like tonight, and I think Coach Einerson said it during the girls' halftime, is this is a great measuring stick because Ankeny's going to be a very, very good number 2 in somebody's sub-state, and you're going to have to face an Ankeny to advance. And so how is your team going to match up against this Ankeny team tonight is truly a measuring stick, but you really want to keep pace with that upper echelon group of teams. And Waukee beating Waukee Northwest earlier this week, that opened my eyes that, my goodness, the Waukee team that Dowling saw here on this court just a week ago that really just put a defensive lockdown on Dowling, probably did the same thing to Northwest, which, it surprised me that they won, but it doesn't the way I watched them play last week.
Well, Dowling and Waukee switched rankings. Maroons were 3rd, now they're 4th, and Waukee moved up from 4th to 3rd. Guess what? On Monday, when the new rankings come out, Waukee will be number 2, and I think Northwest will be number 3. So they're going to flip. So Waukee and Coach Kanaski, they've got it going. I think they've won 10 or 11 straight games, including wins over Dowling, ranked 4th, and Waukee Northwest ranked 2nd. So they're going to move up, and they should.
And then Dowling faces Northwest here in the coming week.
Next Friday, 1 week from tonight, yeah.
And it continues to be just a grind to finish out the season and just get to that postseason pairing. And then once that happens, I think you can relax a second, understand what's your path, and put together a team that's going to attack it.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back with our starting lineups tonight. Dowling and Ankeny. We'll also have Jimmy's keys to the game. But game 2 about to start here. Both teams warming up here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Earlier tonight, it was Dowling girls 3rd ranked, a winner over 4th ranked Ankeny. Final score 63-45. We'll return with starting lineups after this 1-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio is supported by our listeners and business underwriters as we connect listeners to Christ while bridging the gap between the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both. If you own a business that you'd like to use to help further this mission, email Deacon Mark at iowacatholicradio.com. And we encourage you to thank the many businesses who choose to underwrite programming on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Your presence is vital as we participate in the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both.
Iowa Catholic Radio, helping you encounter Jesus every day with your faith leaders.
Hi, this is Father China from the Diocese of Des Moines. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Join Iowa Catholic Radio for the Daily Gospel Reflection with me, Father Nick Smith, by subscribing to the podcast or listening to the Catholic Morning Show, weekdays at 7 Central here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Encounter Jesus.
Dowling Catholic Basketball and Iowa Catholic Radio has been brought to you by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Iowa Wealth Management, and Bosun the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.